do this way. First I will discuss about what are fractions and types of fractions and operations of fractions, in that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions. And I will discuss about what are decimals and operations of decimals, in that addition of decimal, subtraction of decimal, multiplication and division of decimal. What are fractions? A fraction is a number representing part of a whole. In this picture, 1/4 of the circle is not shaded, or the 3/4 of the circle is shaded. What types of fractions? Proper fractions. Fraction less than 1 are proper fractions. In a proper fraction, the denominator shows the number of parts into which the whole is divided in, and the numerator shows the number of parts we have taken out. Therefore, in a proper fraction, the numerator is always less than the denominator. Here, 5/8 is lesser than the whole 1. Improper fractions. Fraction more than 1 are improper fractions. A fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator is called as improper fraction. Therefore, in improper fractions, the numerator is always more than the denominator. Here 8/5 is greater than the whole 1. Mixed fractions. Improper fractions can be written as mixed fraction. Here 11/5 is an improper fraction. We can write as mixed fractions as 2 1/5. This represents 2 whole and 1/5 fraction. This apple picture is 1. Each of this represents 1/4. It is 1 plus 1/4 and written in short as 1 1/4. 1 1/4 is same as 5/4. Equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions represent part of a whole. Here 1/2 is equal to 0.5. 2/4 is equal to 0.5. 8/16 is equal to 0.5. Thus, these three are equivalent fractions. To find an equivalent fraction of a given fraction, you may multiply both the numerator and the denominator of the given fraction by the same number. To find an equivalent fraction, we will divide both the numerator and denominator by the same number. This is the example of multiplication. 1/2 multiplication of 2 both on the numerator and denominator gives you 2/4. And multiplication of 3 both on the numerator and denominator gives you 6/12. This follows till the infinite. This is the example of division. 40/60. When we divide 10 both on the numerator and denominator, it gives you 4/3. When we divide 2 both on the numerator and denominator, it gives you 2/3. Operations of fraction. Adding like fraction. Fractions with same denominator are called like fraction. Here 2/8 plus 4/8 is equal to 6/8. Here denominators are same, so add the numerators. 6/8 is the answer. Adding unlike fractions. Fractions which do not have the same denominators are called unlike fractions. To add two unlike fractions, convert the fraction into equivalent fraction with the same denominator. Now that we have arrived at like fraction, add them as explained in the previous slide. Here 3/8 plus 12/7 is equal to 3/8 into 7/7 plus 12/7 into 8/8, which gives you 21/56 plus 96/56, which results in 117/56. Adding whole number to a fraction. A whole number can be written as a fraction with denominator 1. Example, 2 can be written as 2/1. To add a whole number to a fraction, convert the whole number as fraction, then add the unlike fraction. Example, 4 plus 8/5 gives you 4/1 plus 8/5. which gives you 20 by 5 plus 8 by 5, which results in 28 by 5. Adding mixed fractions. To add a mixed fraction, convert the mixed fraction to improper fractions. Proceed addition by following the method to add two one-like fraction. Here 9 1 by 2 plus 5 by 3 is equal to 19 by 2 plus 2 by 3. Change to improper fractions. 19 into 2 by 2 into 2 plus 23 by 4. Change to common denominators. 38 by 4 plus 23 by 4. Add the numerators. 61 by 4. Change back to mixed fraction. 15 1 by 4. Subtraction of fractions. Subtraction of like fraction. Here 4 by 8 minus 2 by 8 is equal to 2 by 8. Here denominators are same, so that subtract the numerators. Subtraction of fractions. Subtracting unlike fraction from another unlike fraction. Example, 7 by 8 minus 3 by 4. To make the denominator same, multiply 2 both on the numerator and denominator of 3 by 4 is equal to 6 by 8. So that 7 by 8 minus 6 by 8 gives you 1 by 8. Subtraction of fraction from a whole number. 13 minus 1 by 3 is equal to 13 by 1 minus 4 by 3. Convert mixed numbers into improper fraction. 39 minus 4 by 3. LCM of 1 and 3 is 3. 35 by 3, which gives you 11 2 by 3. Subtraction of a mixed fraction from a mixed fraction. Example, 12 8 by 9 minus 8 2 by 3. Find the common denominator. 12 8 by 9 minus 8 6 by 9. Subtract the integers and then subtract the fraction. Is equal to 4 2 by 9. Multiplication of a fraction by a fraction. Multiply the numerators of both the fraction and multiply the denominators of both the fraction. Then the resultant will be a fraction. Example, 1 by 2 into 9 by 3 is equal to 9 by 6. Division of fractions. Division of a fraction by a fraction. Take the reciprocation of the second fraction. Then multiply the numerators of the first and second fraction. And multiply the denominators of both the fraction. Then the resultant will be a fraction. Example, 15 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 is equal to 15 by 2 into 2 by 3, which results in 30 by 6. What are decimals? The numbers written in the decimal form are called decimal numbers or decimals. Thus, each of the number 0.2, 0.23, 0.234 and 0.245 is a decimal. Decimal fraction, a fraction whose denominator is 10 or some integral power of 10 is called a decimal fraction. Here 2 by 10, 23 by 100, 234 by 1000, 2345 by 10,000 are the examples. Decimal to fraction conversion. Write the given decimal without the decimal point. As numerator, take one annexed with as many zeros as is the number of decimal places in the given decimal as denominators. Here is the example. 23.4 is equal to 234 by 10. 23.45 is equal to 2345 by 100. 23.456 is equal to 23,456 by 1000. Operation of decimals. Addition of decimals. Convert the given decimal into line decimals. Write the decimal one under the other with decimal points of all the addends in the same column. Add as in the case of whole number. In the sum, put decimal point directly under the decimal 14.832. Subtraction of decimals. Convert the given decimals into like decimals. Write the smaller numbers under the larger one in such a way that the decimal points of both the numbers are in the same column. In the difference, put the decimal point directly under the decimal points of the given numbers. Example, 100.08 minus 19.80 gives you 1.28. Multiplication of a decimal by 10, 100, 1000, etc. When a decimal is multiplied by some power of 10, then the decimal point is shifted to the right by as many digits as there are zeros in the number. Example, 1.2 into 3.9. Here both contains one digit after a decimal point. Now proceed the multiplication. Now the answer contains 2 digits after the decimal point. Division of decimals. To divide the decimal by 10, 100, 1000, etc., shift the decimal point to the left as many places as is the number of zeros in the divisor. Example, 15.3 divided by 10 is equal to 1.53. Divide a decimal by whole number. Example, 49.91 divided by 7. Here, 7 into 7 gives you 49. Now proceed subtraction. Remainder is 0. So take the decimal point to the quotient and take the number which is present after the decimal point to the downside. 7 into 1 gives you 7. The remainder is 2. Now take the number from the up. 7 into 3 gives you 21. The remainder is 0. Here quotient is 7.30. Divide the decimal by decimal. Example, 3.64 divided by 1.4. Make the divisor of whole number by moving the decimal point. Move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places. Here in the divisor 1.4, move the decimal point one after the other. Accordingly, in the dividend 3.64 also, move the decimal point after one digit. So now it is 36.4 divided by 14. Line up decimal points in the quotient with decimal point in the dividend. 36.4 divided by 14. Here 14 into 2 gives you 28. The remainder is 8. So take the decimal point to the quotient and bring the number which is present after the decimal point. 14 into 6 gives you 84. Now the remainder is 0. Therefore, 3.64 divided by 1.4 gives you 2.6. My presentation on topic fraction and decimals ends. Thank you for listening my presentation.